Welcome to the Museum of English Rural Life. Let's take a look.
So I'm Ollie Douglas and I'm curator of the Museum of English Rural Life collections, an area we use in lots of different ways for working with collections. So we get collections out for visiting researchers up here. We use it, as you can see at the back, for sorting material, but we also use this for providing access to collections for students. And in this particular case, we've got an object on the table that formed part of the research process and thinking behind the current MA Fine Art intervention. We've got an unfinished piece of needlework. So this would have ultimately become a quilt. It would have had 3 layers to it, and this put together in this flower form. And in amongst these, if you look closely, you can see that the patterns, the hexagonal patterns, are formed from pieces of ephemera. So this is 19th century letters and papers, which tell another story. So that creative process, the fine arts students being able to respond to and pick up on this as a narrative, they can expand that story and tell that in different ways.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a third-year archaeology student, and I've got my dissertation work here presented. So I'm really interested in museum education and how we can bring archaeology into the school curriculum. So I've done my dissertation on looking at prehistory in primary schools. I've created a resource that I'm hoping teachers will be able to use within the local area to teach about prehistory.
Hi, I'm Caroline Gould and I'm the Principal Archivist, and we're here today to tell you about the archives and their rare books. Also got some information about how we use collections in teaching within the university and externally, and the projects we're working on at the moment.
My name is Beth and I'm doing a work placement here with the art collection at the MERL, and I'm creating an online exhibition about forgotten women of Reading. This is one of the women I'm looking at, one of the portraits. This is Helen Ekins, who the university presents an award in honour of every year. It's called the Helen Ekins Memorial Prize.
Starting off with our magic case, this is a case that myself and another student worked on. We did different shelves relating to different aspects of magic. So our first shelf was on magical protection. To our second shelf, we looked into kind of witchcraft. We have a big ladybird collection here at the museum, and we talked about the idea of the seasons being related to witchcraft and how witches impacted the season. And the kind of main heavy talking point on this case is the herbarium collection, which is a collection the university is part of and owns. We picked some of the specimens. So on the bottom shelf, we've got 2 of the specimens. We've got mandrake and mistletoe. And we used the red valerian in the garden here at the MERL as well. So there was kind of a continuity throughout. And we also used a beautiful book from the special collections here at the MERL as well.
My name's Lauren, and this is my case on folk revival, focusing on the preservation of English cultures from the mid-1700s to modern day.
My name is Catherine Roster and I'm doing this case in environmental folklore. When creating this case, we looked at a new form of folklore that's been emerging over recent years called environmental folklore. Explored the use of folklore by Indigenous communities.
Welcome to the Ure. So this is where we have another case in our final year exhibition. So on the top shelf we have part of the Egyptian collection here at the Ure. This top shelf is all about Egyptian kind of magic and healing. The second shelf we have things from the different Greek myths, but they all associate with healing and magic as well. So the rest of the Greek case, we have Apollo, who was the god of healing, and we also have Achilles, and we also have lovely panel text work done by another second year final student.
Hi, I'm Will and I'm a third year Archaeology and Museum Studies student. and this exhibition is effectively my equivalent of a dissertation. This case is on European folklore, including some of the mythological side, the same story but with more Japanese and Asian styles of mythology and folklore. So this is the case that brings them all together and discusses the common elements between it. And then you've got various other European tales, and then you've got some Mexican and South American folklore, Korean in the middle, and some more generalized Eastern European folklore. So we've got a collection of what effectively are children's stories, but cover everything from ancient Greek myths to sort of Arthurian legend and more modern things like Brothers Grimm.